Alright, welcome everybody to another Eric Flight stream. Eric Flight here, and today we're going to do what I want to do in real life. Still kind of hesitant here and there, but we're going to go to Alton Bay, which is the only FAA recognized ice runway in America, basically. So, and that would be off Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire. Thank you, Nick. I can't talk anymore. I just starting the stream and I can't talk. Thank you, Nick, for coming out today. And also Good Fixins. Kind of had to just look at the sound and hear the sound, and that was it. Just had a light fall. Give me a second here. All right, I like to look good in proper lighting. But yeah, we're gonna take the trip up to Alton Bay today on the simulator. I got some excellent freeware scenery, so if you did want to fly with me, you'd have to download that. And I'll leave that link right here. Basically, I've tried to emulate real world, but also being within VFR, so I'm hoping this works. I set the drone up and it looks like it's good. Real world weather here sucks, so that's why I also canceled my real world 152 flight today. Just means more money saved towards future flights, maybe even a plane, who knows. So, flying the 152, like I would want to do, and I do have a mod on there, which makes it more like the 152. The cruise is still a little too fast, but we're going to go with it, and we'll go from there. So without further ado, let's get... Oh, wait. Also, because it is Alton Bay, we want an experienced pilot aboard. Today we're bringing Harrison Ford with us. So, that's awesome, man. So, Harrison Ford will be my co-pilot for this trip. So, that's fine. Any practice is good. Alright, checklist for the 152. We'll use the actual checklist I do use. As long as I can find this button that turns it on. There we go. Alright, good. I'll open it up with Acrobat for my Samsung tablet. Yeah, exactly. There's no taxiways. It's all good. We'll be doing a no-break landing, by the way, at Alton Bay to simulate ice, even though someone suggested that there might be a way of having the runway be icy. I don't know. I just downloaded the scenery and thought, wow, isn't it fantastic? That's why I made an Alton Bay scenery. Alright, let's pretend that the pre-flight is done, so everything on the left is good. Starting, seat track back and locked, avionics off. This 152 is notorious for the seats flying back, by the way. Carb heats off, very good. Beacon on. Mixture full rich. Throttle slight. Priming. We'd probably give it about 3 pumps in winter. 1, 2, 3. Brakes are set. Clear prop. Master on. Mags to start. Here we go. Beautiful. And we'll make that go down to 1,000 RPMs. Yeah, I gotta start working on that instrument stuff just to do it. So, oh, cool. Yeah, it looked like you had some good weather there. Max to start. Oil pressure is in the green right there. Light test required. We'll turn everything on but strobes. Mixture is required. We're good. Seeing that I am using. Let me get there first. Seatbelt harness is good. Flaps up because in the pre-flight they'd be down. Heat vent defrost, yes please. Currently, what I did was I tried this. I put the real world weather in to get the snow and stuff and the snowing, and then I got Rex Weather Force to do a crisp winter day. So the visibility was decent. And as far as the ceilings, it should be good. So we'll see what happens with this. I did send the drone up to make sure. But we're going to file for 4,500, and we're going to transition to Bravo airspace. Right now, no one is on VATSIM, so I feel very good about that. And if they are, then we'll just call them up on VATSIM. But that's another thing. Let's get that going. So flight plan, Departure time would be current time. At least it should be. Let's make sure it's real life time. It is now. Alright, and go back to here. So what does that make it? 140. We'll depart about 2 o'clock, we'll say. So that's what? 1400, 1900 Zulu. Save that. Oh. Save. Yes. File flight plan. Oh, excuse me, I have to connect. 152. Connect. Let's see. Flight plan. File flight plan. Alright, we have New York Center out there, as you probably saw for a glimpse moment there. So that's what we'll test the radio with, if we can hear them at all. Oh no! Oh well. We'll just go with it. That's Rex Weather Force interacting. So we'll use the weather as it is. Avionics on and set. Now on the 152 we don't have a master avionics switch, even though I just flipped one on my SciTech panel. You actually have to physically turn the dials to get it working. So alright, good. And it's supposed to be a northern runway only up there. So we might have to adjust or just go with it, honestly, for northern transponders on. Okay, let's get some weather here and see what they're saying, because I have no clue what the weather's going to be like. See that now we're not using real world weather or even anything close to it except for the snow. Alright, runway 6. Can you guys hear that, Midar? Because like I've had issues with my sound. It'll be like great until I start OBS, and then the sound will duck. And I've tried touching settings on it. It was perfect before. I don't know what happened. So, oh good. All right. Good. 122.8 for the VATSIM Unicom. All right. Altimeter we'll just set with B. Should be about 150. Yeah. Alright, transponder, alt, squawk, ADS-B is on with the nav lights, hence why I return them on. Altimeter set, radio test. Let's try to call up New York Center and see if we can get the 125.325.
420, the run.
Might be able to do it.
420, the winds are 0.
Good man, Harrison Ford, good man.
Wow. Runway 4,
you control the
right,
comms,
you're
I'll
clear
do
to
the
land.
flying.
Break. XL 8076. The wind is 360 at 6. Flyer runway heading at runway 1, clear for takeoff.
Swan radio chat. New York Center, November 489 Echo Foxtrot radio check, please.
442 standby. American 978. You're going to fly a heading of 100.
Well, look at the rest of this while
the winds
test the brakes, text lights already on, radio test, yeah. So
runway 4 left.
We'll start heading down to runway 6 here, shall we? We got a full fuel, so we should be fine, which is what I always leave with if I can take it. See, now I'm just flying in the plane, that'd be realistic.
American 978.
Turn off
normal forming, please.
The checklist, and let's get going to runway 6. We are doing Microsoft Flight Simulator, multiplayer, as well as VATSIM, so feel free to get on here if you like to. It also helps to take off the parking brake. Yeah, just a thought.
United 746.
Alrighty then, here we go.
Runway 4.
Do a run up down here on
taxi
runway 6
via,
as well.
Taxi via Bravo and Delta.
Alright, we're also going to turn off New York Center.
Bravo Delta, sir.
I mean, New England wouldn't be the same if it didn't have snow, right? He does. Yeah, he's a little slower than what I'm used to from New York, but that's cool. That means you can actually understand them. It's all good. I also have problems with NVIDIA broadcast, the microphone cutting out here and there, so let me know if it cuts out at all. I have a backup always planned, but should work. That was New York Center. That's the closest New York Center I had, yeah. Oh, interesting. Oh, it's New York Center. Okay, run up points right over here on my right. Kind of hard to see the snow here. Real life, they'd probably plow that. Right, kind of into the wind. All right. So let's go to our run-up checklist. And that says brakes are set, fuel is on. That'd be a little tab down here. That it is. Trim set for takeoff. Kind of. Okay. Flight controls. Do the box. Check outside at the same time. If we can do that. Yep. Free and correct. Alright, beautiful. Instruments. Turn coordinators in the middle. No flag. Heading should be about 80. Yeah, that's about right. Alright. Vertical speed looks good. Altimeter looks good. Horizon looks good. And airspeed looks good. Mixture best power. I like to leave it all the way in. Primer and lock, we'd yank on it in real life to make sure it's locked in there, because if it comes loose, it could be a problem. All right, 1700. Mag check, right? Back to both. Left. That doesn't seem to be working with the mod. Back to both, but it should dip down about 100 at most. 125 at most, excuse me. All right, carb test. Hit the carb heat. That should go down. Good. All right, that looks real. Vacuum looks good. Amps and volts. Slightly charging. That's nice to see because it doesn't always do that, but in the mod it does. Oh, excuse me. Oil pressure, oil temperature in the green. Idle. I haven't talked to the developer of the mod, by the way, so he's trying to fix the cruise still, but it is a little fast. Carb heat off. Should go up. All right. Looks good. Back to 1,000. When it idles, you should be about 600 to 700. So, I'll make sure I got everything there. Yep, I got everything. All right, except for throttle friction, which you can't do. Sure, we'll take off the checklist. And if there's a problem with takeoff roll, mechanical emergency or otherwise, and it's not available runway ahead of us, we'll abort, take off, and land directly ahead on the runway. If we're under 850 feet and there's a problem... Oh, really? Ooh, I hope it doesn't mess... I don't think it was messing with the flaps. I tried this last night one time at Alton Bay just to see if it's working. So... But, let's hope it's working then. Alright, if we're under 850 feet and there's a problem, mechanical emergency or otherwise... we will land directly, have no wind, 30-degree turns, best glide speed, and this is 60. If we're above 850 feet and there's a problem, mechanical inertia or otherwise, we'll take a turn to the right. So the wind's coming from 90, I believe they said, excuse me. We'll get one more check on that, actually.
Kilo Papa Yankee, Mike automated weather observation, 1800 Zulu. Wind, 111 at 12. Visibility,
Get used to putting guard here. So the
sky condition, clear. Temperature, minus 20 C dew point, 13 C altimeter, 2977. Kilo Papa Yankee, Mike automated weather observation, 1800 Zulu. Wind, 111 at 12.
Now 111. Yeah, so we'll definitely take a turn to the right and land down. When the taxiway, the grass, the runway, whatever's available to us. Best glide speed again is 60. We'd probably be better to be on 1.5, but we're just gonna go with it because it kind of shifted, and we'll just go with it. Usually there's a windsock right there. But Harrison, we ready to go, man, or what? All right. So without further ado, then let's make this so. Come on, man. Oh, I had that thing all ready to go. There we go. Number one, make it so. That's right. And number one today is Harrison Ford. All right. So without further ado, strobe's going on, and we're ready to go. Again, we're not using real world weather. We're using Rex Weather Force's fair winter day. No one on downwind, no one on base, no one on final. There'd be no one on crosswind. We're going to call this on VATSIM. Unicom, excuse me about the yawning. Oh my god. Been on vacation this week. I've been getting lots of sleep. Plymouth traffic, Cessna and Echo Foxtrot, departing runway 6, departure to the north. Plymouth. Not hearing anything. We'll continue on. No. I'll tell you what, I think that I've seen a lot more effect on the airplane from winds and stuff. So I will say that. Oh, great. Where'd the runway go? It's always hard to see this in snow. I don't know. I didn't think it was this long in real life. Better be honest with you. Did I just cross the runway? Yeah, I did. I just crossed the runway. All right, well, we'll just turn this puppy around. It's hard to see in the snow. I never do that. Come on, brakes. All right, so I went a little off the runway. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. God, I didn't even see the runway. It's hard. You can't see the runway. It's right over here, though. Now I can see it. That was weird. Alright then. We're in what I think is the middle of the runway. Don't really like the snow cover. Not really realistic because they would plow this. Yeah, really. You know? Alright. On the floor. Here we go. And we are going to use just the Avere app for navigation. So I did plan it out for real life on a flight log, but I don't really have winds aloft with the made up weather today. So rotate at 50, climb at 67. When we do go to Alton Bay, we will do a short field landing and takeoff. So, and who knows, we might do a couple times at it because it is very challenging. I viewed the FAA video today just to go over things again before doing this flight, but you can never tell till you're there. Actually, can't tell. That's why I think doing it in the sim is actually a smart thing either way. Excuse me. Alright, how are we sounding out there? We sounding good? Alright, so that's what we're looking at for the electronic flight bag. Just right over Class Bravo, right to Alton Bay direct. At 4,500, so we would have to ask for clearance through the Bravo and do all that stuff. Alright. 800 feet. You gotta look at the left. Looking pretty good. Departing to the left. My trim wheel's been working better too. My SciTech trim wheel, the Cessna trim wheel. So I don't know if that's part of the tweaking, but all right, man. Well, knock yourself out. Have a good lunch. Want to climb at about 75, hence why I'm trimming up. Hence cooling of the engine and better view of the nose, especially for short people like me. But the 152 is definitely very good for my visual abilities more than the 172, believe it or not. It's tough being 5'4.5". I know I look so much taller with Harrison Ford next to me, but alrighty then. Well, we're gonna turn slightly to the right, clear on the right, rock that wing up, good, and we're gonna keep climbing to Class Bravo airspace here. I'm glad it kept the snow, so let's hope it kept that all the way up through New Hampshire where we're going. Go. Clear, fair weather, winter skies. It's snowing down. I'll take it. In real life, it's pretty disgusting around here. Everything's red or purple. It's snow, mist, and overcast at 400 at Plymouth, where we just departed. And at Alton Bay, probably Laconia is probably the closest one. It's 1 3/4 square mile visibility, snow, broken at 2,800, overcast at 3,300. So you see why I had to force some VFR weather here. Okay, bearing should be about here. Two-year-old on board, everybody. Hi. Hi. Don't touch my flashlight, please. I bought a new flashlight. Red and white light for my flight bag. And now she's touching it like any two-year-old would. No, because I'm flying right now. In fact, I would love it if you'd see Mommy, only because I'm kind of like flying and streaming, okay? Alright. Please do that. She's throwing that two-year-old fit. I just want an afternoon where I can fly. That's all. But I did update all my US scenery the other night. It took me quite a couple hours. We're now up to 233 gigabytes, I think, of add-on scenery, which again, I use the MSFS add-ons linker to only load what I need. So, All right, 3,000 feet. We'll start trimming out, leaning out the mixture. Excuse me. Can you please go see mommy right now? Thank you. Yes. It's my vacation. I just want a little time. Just a little time. I don't think I'm asking for much. Right about there. And we'll climb to 4,500. So. Alright, to our left would be Cranland, which is an awesome place to practice. Not that I have. Short field takeoffs and landings, because that is about 1,700 feet there. Alton Bay, in real life, is about 2,600 feet by 125 feet wide right now. In the sim, I really don't know. Because that can be different year to year. Obviously, they want you to have enough to land there. But some years it's 2,500 by 100 feet. Some years it's 2,600 by 100 feet. This year it's 2,600 by 125 feet. Very nice scenery on the way up there, though. And on our right, we should be coming past Marshfield Airport, which I think is this right here. Man, it's really hard to see airports. Thank God we're landing at a nice runway, huh? Trimming down slightly. Trimming down. That trim better be working. Yeah, it is. And we'll just stay on Vets and Unicom as we make our way to Alton Bay. We'd be hitting Class Bravo in just about 2 to 4 minutes or so. But no one's on, so we're taking it like it's non-towered or controlled. And we'll monitor that situation. I just leave Fantastic up here, and it kind of tells me what's going on. But you see, in real life, all these storms, that's what's making it disgusting. So, we'll keep an eye on the situation as we go. In real life, I'd probably go to 8,500, but again, I didn't know what the clouds would be like or what this and that, so I thought 4,500 was a safe bet. And I've got some notes on Alton Bay too as well. All right, let's kick it back to about 24, 2350. Trim down. Should be building up speed here, which is why I'm trimming down still. And once we get it trimmed, we'll be fine. So, we'll also see what this cruise speed's going to look like indicated, because usually it's right up to the yellow line, which is why I said it's overpowered. But now, we'll see when it settles. We'll see when it settles. It should be about 95, 97, 8 at most, usually, typically. But that, of course, depends on certain things. But it should never go to the yellow at 23, even 2,400 RPM. So unless there's a massive something or another happening. What's maneuvering speed on this puppy? Can you please go see mommy? Thank you. Maneuvering speed on this is 104 at full weight. So. But we're coming up on the Boston area right here. It's always cool to fly over, whether I'm in Bravo or not. Typically, this is kind of what it would look like around here. I think it's still snowing here and there. Oh, yeah, still snowing. Just check the visual weather radar called my eyes. And, but we're on our way, people, to Alton Bay. Now, the reason why I take the 152 is, one, I have the most familiarity flying at this plane. Not that the 172 is not familiar now, because it's been doing a lot better than it ever has before. It's just that I want something that I am very familiar with. And two, lightweight. So, probably the lightest weight I'm going to get. So, maneuvering speed is basically the speed at which you can deflect the controls to their most abrupt place and still maintain structural integrity. So, do you see how that's getting there? The yellow? No, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm still at like 2400. And, it's like way up there. It should be about 97 at most, 98. So, again, the developer's working on it. Yeah, yeah. So, like, I can make like a deep, steep dive and not die if I just keep the airspeed there. Kind of like on my check ride when I had the simulated engine out. I mean, engine fire. I had to put it out with a, well, I tried putting it out. Turned everything off, obviously, fuel-wise. And then I did a steep turn to the left. And all I kept hearing my designated pilot examiner was saying, look at your maneuvering speed, look at your maneuvering speed. And I already knew it was going to be 104 because I had that down packed for my thing there. And I was fine. I don't know if he was trying to rattle me or what, but it was fine because we were actually doing the deep, steep turn at 45-degree bank, well, descending. So and that way it gets you down towards the airport. You already have your place picked for where you're gonna land. And then I tried putting the fire out. And I was like, all right, is the fire out? He's like, yeah, fire's out. But yeah, you want to keep maneuvering speed on that maneuver. You don't want to go anywhere more than that. But 104 is about where we're at right now. So 105, 106. That's at full gross weight. Obviously, if it's less than full gross weight, it goes down. On my checklist, it says at 1470 pounds, it's 98ness. So again, take it as you will. Alright, 4,500, trim up slightly. But yeah, so if you have like your kid flying the plane, which you should never do, but if you do, probably want to be at maneuvering speed, monitoring that, just in case they go full abrupt on something. If you have turbulent conditions or whatever, now I got this pointed out to me from one of my Eric Flight videos from one of my viewers who watches me a lot, and he's like, yeah, you were like when I went up to Chester, we had gusty conditions and everything, and once in a while the needle is up to about where it is now on the 152. Of course, I'm okay in the sim, but he's like, yeah, I would have looked for maneuvering speed more, so I'm more cognizant of that whenever I fly in, especially gusty conditions. I always look at it when I do my run up, when I do my speeds in my head before I leave. So I mean, you could make that needle go into the yellow even if it's a calm wind day, but question is it smart, you know? Well, it is if it's a really calm day and you know exactly what's going on, but I don't do it. I always stay in the green no matter what. Alright, it's a little bumpy. I'm surprised with Rex Weather Force here. I wish they gave you conditions as you went when you used the weather presets, but I guess you could just check on the radio as you do it. Alright, we'll get a nice view of Boston. It'll be off our left wing. I'm supposed to be over here more, so that's why I'm turning to the east a little bit. How's the balance on sound here? Like, you can hear me fine, the background music's okay. The cockpit audio is going to be down, but you can hear it just slightly in the background. That's what I'm hoping for. Again, I've been just having, I don't know what it is with the sound. I've checked all my sound settings and stuff, and the volume mixer and everything. Everything's turned up there, and it should just be all controlled here. So, it's down to a science, and now it's not. Oh, good. All right. Well, I'm glad. Broccoli the Great, welcome to the broadcast. All right. It's just amazing how you everything work to a silent, lock all your volumes, and then like it switches things somehow. So that is Harrison Ford, because I'm not going to Alton Bay alone. I'm taking an experienced pilot who's used to off-field landings, like golf courses and taxiways. Yeah. Yep. So Harrison Ford is with us today, flying in the 152. We're probably over max weight, but that's okay. We're just going to go with it. Actually, no, maybe not. He kind of resembles my instructor. So, Very close to gross weight, though. Hello? Hi. 2-year-old on board. Yes, you can hang out. I just don't like it when you start touching everything. Okay, excuse me while I move stuff off the co-pilot's chair here. Alright, we'll leave that there. Huh? I see. Alright, did I say I'm flying my hand? Because I am. While moving everything off that chair. Alright, we're good now. Trim up slightly. And Boston, as you can see, is out there in the distance on our left. I don't even know what scenery I have installed or not anymore, except for Alton Bay. So I just kind of load it by chart supplement regions. And that's it. So right now we just have the Northeast chart supplement regions scenery that I installed. I'm gonna use MSFS add-on linker, which is kind of cool. All it does is you put all your scenery in one directory. You can organize it whatever way you want, and then you click on those files that you want, and it sends a link into the content directory. So it links that to the whatever you have it organized as. But once you do that, the load times aren't terrible. So, there you go, Boston. And this is not real world weather, because this wouldn't be like this at all if it was. Except for the snow. I'm liking that to get the snow. Again, Harrison Ford is speechless at my piloting abilities on this mission, so we'll just let him be. Keeping the real world time pretty well too, so that's cool. Alright, we're looking really good right now. You know it. You know it. And we are monitoring. You're on guard with guard. Yeah. So if we hear any cat noises, just because I'm monitoring guard on COM 2. So. Alright. Beautiful, beautiful scenery. And again, if you want to join us on this mission, you would have to download the freeware version of the Alton Bay Ice Runway, which is here. And you could join us anywhere en route here. Probably the best place to go right now is Beverly Regional, Kilo Bravo Victor Yankee, if you wanted to join us. But you would have to install that so that you have the Ice Runway in your scenery. If not, it's just the regular Lake Winnipesaukee southern part, and it's water, and you'll drown. So, the runway itself is only open till the end of March. They have to close it no matter what at the end of March. So, I don't know if I'm going to get to it this year.
We don't need roads.
We don't need ice. We just need ice on a pond. That's right. But I'm hoping to try it this year. And if not, I'll just have to settle for this simulator. But next year, it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. I'm going to make it happen as long as the ice runway ice is up enough. But last year, it didn't even open because they didn't have enough ice on the runway. So, and talked to some real-world pilots that have done it this year already. And it seems to be pretty good. You also don't get the ice chips. They usually have like, I think it's like poker chip type things. And you get them for landing. It's like a memento. So they do have certificates available, but you have to get them through the mail, thanks to COVID. So looking pretty good. No icing, nothing like that. So, because this would be the sketchy part right now, going over the harbor here in Boston. I mean, there's some islands and stuff to land at, but it's still sketchy. And that's why I would like to be at 8,500 to be above Class Bravo, as well as have enough time. But I'm gonna do this direct flight sometime, so see what happens. I think I just lost my left earbud and my headset. That was weird. What's going on there? Let me unplug and plug back in. There we go. I got it back now. That is weird. Again, I'm using my real world Bose A20 headset, so if there's any problems, I just send it in for free warranty and they pay for shipping and everything. But I think it's more my connector here to the PC here. My Pilot USA PA96. So Boston off our left wing here. Place where I went to college. Boston Logan. Here on our left, that's why you see all that traffic there. Out over there, Fenway would be out here. Wait, out there somewhere. This is the John Hancock Building, residential. My college is over there. Berkeley College of Music. This is downtown. You got the Paul Revere House. The Boston Bruins play right near that bridge over there. That's the Boston Garden. The TD Garden, excuse me. And all that stuff. And I don't know who that was. That was somebody. Well, let's go with it. But yeah. Believe it or not, we are, according to my GPS here, about 48 minutes out still. So, and the 152 is not built for speed at all. It's built for training. So that's why it's slow, easy to fly, and doesn't have good heat usually. But well, they say that landing on top of trees, if there's a lot, is one of the best things in the world. But well, I'd still aim for land. Like right now, I'd be at a high enough altitude where I could glide into Boston, Logan. You know what I mean? I wouldn't ever fly this low if I'm gonna go a great distance over water. So I'd be at 8,500. But again, I didn't know what the clouds were gonna be like with the made-up weather today. And in real life, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna 8,500 up to Alton Bay to two things: overclass Bravo and have enough decision-making altitude in case there's a problem. So, but landing in water, you got to see where the waves crest. You're like, you can see with the weather I have loaded, it's not that bad. And if I had to take a guess, and I'm not the best at this, but my teacher used to always tell me this: the winds are coming from this direction, because you can kind of see the crest of the waves going that way. So, kind of gives you indicators on where to land. That is a treatment plant. That's the Deer Island treatment plant. But there are beaches along the left here. So, but Logan's probably your best bet. I mean, I could probably even make that from here, maybe. But if you're at 8,500, you got more than enough time to think about all this stuff, you know? So, altitude saves lives. Again, I think it's about 1.5 minutes for every 1,000 feet that you're in the air. So right now I'd have, what, 3-4 minutes to decide? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm at 4,000. I'm thinking 2,500. So what's that make it? 6 minutes to decide or so. Not that I'd be counting that, you know, while flying. But I love taking the little 152 on longer trips. I went to Nashua with the 152. And sometimes I marvel at it and go, this little aluminum skin thing made it all the way here. But sadly, they're closing the restaurant in Nashua, New Hampshire. That was a big thing online with the Taunton Pilots Association, which I did join even though I don't fly out of Taunton. They need help more than ever from what they're saying. So one of the city people in Taunton is saying that they want to close the airport. So it's historical, and it's run really poorly by the management there, which might be part of the reason why, because people keep complaining and they do nothing about it. But I hope they don't close it, because it's the closest Japanese airport to my house. So, if not, and I did buy a plane someday, I'd have to decide on where to put it. So if Taunton wasn't available, there's only two other options. It's either New Bedford or it's Plymouth. And at that point, I'd probably pick Plymouth because it doesn't have power and you can get out of there easier, even though it can get really busy with general use traffic. And I like the environment at Plymouth. The airport manager there is great and really takes care of things and listens to the pilots that fly there. In Taunton, it seems to be more of a from what I'm reading now, I can't say this is real, but from what I'm reading, it seems like the airport management is only interested in making money in deals. So we'll have to see. I'm not even close anyways to buying an airplane, so. But you know, there are things to be said about all that when and if it does come time. So I still think going on the ground is probably the best bet. I gotta be honest with you, because the water, just like you said, you can catch a thing there. And I asked my instructor that one time, and he's like, it's probably better to land on land. It's like water if you have to, but you have to go. If the wind's coming from this way, which it seems to be, you'd probably want to land parallel to the thing. So you'd probably want to land, if you could, this way or this way. So. Oh no, unfortunately no. Although my wife would love Florida, I don't think Ocala would be her thing though. She's very much in non-COVID times. We like going to Hollywood, Florida, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami. So, and I like Orlando obviously for Walt Disney World and touristy attractions. And the fact when I was a gigging musician, you could actually perform 7 nights a week if you really look for work down there because of the tourism. Nowadays you can't do much of anything. So it's a good thing that I decided to do more things than just perform. So, all right, we got an auto marker here. Let's turn that off. No one needs that stuff. Here we go. Yeah, we're just cruising along, going to Alton Bay. Probably have to go more on course there though. And we are over Lynn, Massachusetts. We got some people that I know that teach up here. But yeah. We have Beverly Airport coming up on our right over here. So if you did want to fly this, Kilo Bravo, Victor Yankee, probably your best bet. So let's fly to Alton Bay. So, but even preparing for this flight, it would take you a lot. Like I bought crampons, which are those little things that you put over your shoes to dig into the ice. I'd probably bring about 1 or 2 moving blankets to cover the cowl, keep it warm because there's no heat service there to start it. And I wouldn't really spend that long there anyways because most things are closed. Like they say, oh, the stores are open there, but it's COVID. I'm not gonna hang out, and do all that stuff. So, just not right now. It's too much of a risk for my family. So. But it'd be cool to say I landed on the ice runway. So this is the best I'm going to get, I think, unless something changes.
Line up, take off, 33 left, lobster 6
Let's try to turn that up. Okay. Alright, so. See if that turns up the VATSIM communications at all. They should have like an auto leveling device. Oh, cool. Alright, you should. You should. Make sure that you uninstall that scenery, though. Because you're going to need that. It'll just be a pond if not. And you have to land with no brakes. It's all aerodynamic. Pull back on the yoke once you get down there. On the 152, I'm going to keep it at about 55 knots, I think. Going down there. Give me a second. Short field. 10 degree flaps. And... well, we'll be full flaps, but 55 knots, I think, is short field. I'll have to look at my procedures there, because I might have gotten that one. I was getting mixed up between the 172 and the 152. I'll get you an answer in a second as I look at my procedures guide here. Procedures. Or procedures guide. So let's look at this together. I'll drag it on the screen. Oh, I don't have to. Short field takeoff, we'll take to get out of there. Rotate 50, climb at 54. Okay, well, let's see, short field landing, 54. Yeah, so I say 55. 54, 55. I'm gonna have to get down low. Right after the bandstand, 100 feet after the bandstand is where you want to touch down if you can make it happen. That way you have maximum runway to do there. After touchdown, flaps up, no braking because it's ice. And the control wheel full aft for maximum aerodynamic braking. So that's what we're going to do. And this procedures guide, by the way, I downloaded this somewhere online. I can't remember where, but you can just look for it. Type up C152 procedures. But it's a good thing to have because it's also good to touch up on the stuff that You haven't done it in a while, so. And I've practiced a bunch of short field takeoffs and landings on the simulator, but I haven't done it in real life in a long time. So it's good to keep the procedures going, including stalls, which I don't particularly try to practice on my own, but I do it on the simulator. So, which isn't really realistic either. So I'm trimming down a little bit. And Beverly should be right off to my right here. In fact, yes, there it is right there. So good fixings, load up there and see what you can do. If not, you also have Lawrence, Massachusetts. Kilo Lima, Whiskey, Mike in the upper portion here. So tough city, but I guess it's a nice airport. I'll have to land there someday. Right now, I tried contacting Fitchburg's Cardinal group there. They fly a bunch of Cardinals, like a flying club. And I have not been able to get in contact with them because I want to see if I can actually take a flight in a Cardinal with one of them. I'd fly up to Fitchburg. And I'd like to see one. Get some experience. You see what I'm seeing? The needle's up to the yellow already. And I'm still at like 2,400 RPM. So I think that this is overpowered on cruise. Everything else is decent, though. And it's the JP something or another mod. But trying to give them some pointers, and they are receptive of that, so that's nice. The cruise is really the only thing I have a big problem with, so. All right. Beverly, Massachusetts again. Off for 3 o'clock. Lawrence should be more over there. Somewhere out here. But we are getting towards the New Hampshire border, so. That's fine, yeah. Well, it doesn't even really matter because there's no one on VATSIM anyways. So, I just do that, so I want both for anybody. Excuse me while my 2-year-old talks to me. Yes? No, I cannot spin you because I'm flying the plane. I can spin you later, okay? She wants to spin in the computer chair. I just wanted an afternoon. I don't mind her hanging out with me, though. She's actually pretty sweet, so. But Harris had forwarded me. We're going to Alton Bay. She's my 2-year-old shouldn't be on board because there's only 2 seats. However, there's an optional child seat that usually goes in the back too, but it's such a low weight that usually people don't use it, you know. This is a really a 1-person plane. 2 for training if you're small enough, and I'm not a small person by any means, so I'm lucky I got through training. So I am on the US East server. Yep. POSCON is an up-and-coming virtual air traffic control thing. I tried it the other day. They just went to beta, by the way, so you can actually join and try it out. There's not a lot of air traffic control there right now, but they follow, in my opinion, real-world procedure a lot closer than VATSIM. In other words, like, yeah, see how I have 122.8 for Unicom throughout the whole flight here? You wouldn't have that on POSCON. I mean, there is a Unicom frequency that's used, but you'd also follow the CTAFs and stuff when you're at airports, like real world and stuff like that. And it's a lot like VATSIM, but the refresh rate too on the traffic, like it'd be like this. You could see like people almost in like real time. With VATSIM, there's a little delay with the way aircraft are, but you can actually tell like the banking and stuff from what I saw. And I don't know how I feel about it yet, you know. VATSIM, I think, is still the one to go with if you're in America. So there's also IVAO, which has a lot more European flying on it, from what I understand. I haven't been on IVAO since like the early 2000s when it came out. So, but I would stick with VATSIM and POSCON. I'm probably gonna fly both, but if POSCON can deliver what it says it can deliver and take into account what people say about it, because I think VATSIM is resistant to change compared to POSCON. So if they listen to what people say on the flying, and what they want. I think that as long as people know about it, PosCon might beat it out. That's what I'm thinking. So, but again, it's kind of like friendly competition. It raises the bar to be more realistic. That's where I'm taking it at least. But I'll be flying on VATSIM for quite a while still, even if PosCon is there. There's just not a lot of traffic controllers and it's in beta. But it did work pretty good. I did try to contact Boston Center for a radio check, though, and no one answered me back, even though they were on. So I don't know if that was me or them, but I know the leader of the Virtue USA Flying Club did a PosCon flight the other day, the Skyline route and Bayport. It was really good refresh rates. Like I said, you could see the plane banking and this and that, which was a lot better than VATSIM. So, but no air traffic control to be had. And that's just building it up too. I'm sure a lot of the VATSIM controllers, if it was a better product, would go there. No, you cannot come up here because I'm flying. No. It's gotta stay on the chair, okay? 2-year-old, warning, do not touch anything. Do not touch anything. Okay, Daddy's waited a long time to do this during vacation. Huh? Oh, you're right behind Harrison Ford. Don't mind the 2-year-old, everybody. Hi, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, now can you sit so Daddy can focus on his flying, please? Please? Thank you. She's so good at listening. Gotta be blessed with that. Alright, off our left wing. Actually over there, you can see it. That's Lawrence, Massachusetts. And that's going to be pretty much the last airport that we're going to see as we go into New Hampshire here. So. Rex Weather Force, though, when the new update came out the other day, they had problems with it. And now they released it just yesterday. And it seems to be working pretty good still. Unreal weather seems to be more accurate on everything except for snowfall on the ground. Like if there's snowfall within like preceding like 3 or 4 days and there should be on the ground, they don't do that stuff. But if it is snowing, then it builds up. So I keep that on backup still. Again, that's right here. Unreal weather, and then the live weather with Microsoft is still way off if you ask me. Sometimes it's on, a lot of times it's delayed by like hours, so I don't know what's going on with that, but I hardly use that unless I really have to. Lawrence, Massachusetts. Doesn't that lake remind you of something? That's all I'm going to say. Now I'm going to shift away from it. I'm sorry, I got bored while flying, and I was like, what the heck is that? And then I think of, is it Spaceballs? Where they have that thing? With Johnson and all... No, Austin Powers. How can I forget that? Jesus. Alright, excuse me? Yeah, I can move that. Can you not touch anything on my desk, though? I can't keep moving stuff, dear, okay? I'm flying a plane. Okay? Alright, no, see, you're about to touch that. No. Stays on the chair, okay? You're making me very nervous, and if not, I have to kick you out of here. Distraction. Alright, I'll show you where we are in this whole scheme of flying things here. So we're outside Manchester, New Hampshire. Alton Bay is up there. My backup would be this airport to the upper left of the green dot, and that'd be Laconia. So that'd be my backup. I'm going to land there in case there's a problem airport. But it's a left-hand pattern. They prefer that you enter at a 45-degree angle, and the problem is that there's also a mountainous hill region to the left of the airfield. So you kind of have to keep a visual on the runway and still look out for terrain at the same time. And pattern altitude should be about 1,500, but we'll see what happens. It's more of a visual thing at that point because of all the hills and everything. And in real life, I don't know on the simulator, but in the real life, we'd have to worry about winds whipping across the mountains and stuff. All right, let's call Manchester and get an updated weather pressure thing here. 119er, 0.55.
Manchester Airport information Whiskey 19000 Zulu. Wind 311 at tree 9er. Visibility 9er. Sky condition clear. Temperature -3. Dew point 13. Altimeter 29er decimal 7.
Oh, cool.
ILS runway 35 in use. Landing and departing runway 35.
Well, the winds are working for us for all today.
Say direction of flight.
Huh.
All aircraft read back all short instructions. Advise controllers.
I didn't get the altimeter setting.
You have whiskey.
Give me an altimeter setting. Now I'm going off course.
Manchester Airport information Whiskey 19000 Zulu. Wind 311 at tree 9er. Visibility 9er. Sky condition clear. Temperature -3. Dew point 13. Altimeter 29er decimal 74.
74.
Runway 35 in use. Landing and departing
Alright,
runway
back to that Sabinacom. Trim down slightly. Check the DG, which this never has gyro drift in it. I don't care if it is programmed to have it or not, it never drifts from the compass. Never seen it like that at all anyways. I installed Prepared recently again, and I've been flying that here and there a little bit, here and there. And God, does that look ancient compared to my Flight Simulator. Even with the enhanced atmospherics, which kind of suck with the virtual cockpit because you can't see snow and rain as well. But, hi, what's up? No, you can't come on because I'm flying a plane there. Can you please stop asking? Because I love you so much, but I just want to enjoy. You can hang out. Just can't stop asking me. Let's get some beef jerky up in this house. Yeah. Alright. The 152, it's all about maximum RPMs. No EGT, maximum RPMs. So, just look at that RPM gauge on the right and lean that mixture until the needle starts going backwards, and then just put it in just a little bit so that way it's slightly rich, like very minutely rich. So, hi. I can't do that, dear, because I'm flying a plane. As I already said, I love you so much, but I can't do that. I hope you're not hearing my chewing. Hungry and eat lunch. How's the board? You want some beef jerky? Speechless still. Can't tell the guy anything. Alright. So. We're really just waiting. Get closer to before we make our descent. We'll probably make our descent probably on this 88 degree radial right here on Victor 93. And then what we'll do is, there's a problem here because there's some mountainous regions to the left. So you might swing out far right. Well, there's more mountains too, there's not much. Nah, I think we're gonna have to go to the left actually. Go to the left. Just stay up high. Navigate this, get really close to Alton Bay here. Stay on the left down. We're going to enter 45 here. That's what we're planning. So we'll see if that happens. Still about 25 and a half minutes up from Alton Bay. So again, the 152, it's going to take you a while long. It has about 100 knot calibrated airspeed, true airspeed if you will. So it's not the fastest, but it is the lightest plane I fly, which I think would be a good thing in Alton Bay, as long as the winds are cooperating with you. At least it's not the headset, because I hate sending it in for warranty service when I go for that. Again, not real world weather, but it's been pretty nice this Rex Weather Force crisp winter day. I did have to do real world weather to get the snow on the ground first. So, looking pretty good. But boy, I was so excited when I saw the Alton Bay ice runway scenery yesterday. I was like, oh, that's awesome. So, definitely had to do this flight today, no matter what. Alright, 23 minutes out. And this is a direct route, too, so I mean, it just takes a while. Alright, good fixings. We're looking for you, too. Are you Mogman? You are Mogman, if I remember right? So, you're right there. Not that far out. Yeah. Cool. Well, at least we'll have some separation here, too, because that's always a sketchy thing in Alton Bay. And then the parking situation, because, you know, it's not the biggest apron to park on. You're parking on the lake there. But they'll have the wingtip go over low wingtips and so forth. But this year they're only limiting the 21 planes. So. Oh, is it? I have the Cessna SciTech one, and it used to be really, really sensitive, but it's been, either I'm getting used to it more, but it doesn't seem to move much. See that? It seems like they did something with the sensitivity, so I really haven't changed much, but it does work better here too, so that's awesome, man. I just think that thing would be too big for my setup here. I have a throttle quadrant, the Logitech throttle quadrant, on top of my desk, but then I have a TPM, which I'm using right now for the Cessna. Basically velcroed underneath the desk. Trim wheels right next to it. Then on my left, I have my radio panel here. I have my autopilot panel over there, and my comm panel over here underneath. I have like a raised monitor section on my desk. Expensive desk, but I have the IKEA. What is it called? I don't know, but it's built for gaming, and it's like the best desk I've ever owned. So, even has a cutout section here, so I could put my yoke in and yet still type in everything and have enough room for everything. So they thought of everything. It's the Fredo, I think, Fredo. Oh yeah, I can see you. Yeah, trim wheel is totally needed. You can get away with like the Cirrus and stuff by using the Alpha thumb flap thing there. The Diamond 42 as well. But for the Cessnas, you really need the trim wheel. Even 172 SP model, they actually have the thumb control, but it's nice to have the wheel as well. Planes I fly don't look this nice. Even the 152, it gets a little beat up, like the last time I took out the 990 there. And when I did my check right in, they had a problem with the RPM gauge. It was like 150 RPMs off, so I had to do like the math in my head every time I shifted RPMs. And they had it, you know, on the panel, but it was not off-putting, but it was a little like, you know, just strange, if you will. No cat calling on guard, by the way, because I am monitoring guard, so. Getting back to POSCON though, they require you to monitor guard, so that's why I'm getting used to that as well. And it's a good practice to do in real life as well. But they require you to monitor on guard, and they use it like real world, so that's a cool thing too. I don't know what VATSIM's policy is on that. I think that you cannot do emergencies without permission. POSCON, same thing, but you can actually use 1 to 1.5 if you have an emergency. Yeah, it's getting used to the trim wheel though and the sensitivity settings, so. Alright, a little update on where we are here. Right outside Portsmouth International. So. Yeah, exactly. That's right. No text comms. That's right. So it makes total sense. It's like real world. Portsmouth's another one I want to get to in real life. And I planned it out one flight, but then we got terrible weather. I wasn't able to fly it. And, you see this Leamington Orman? I have a ex-coworker that lives up there. She wants me to visit her sometime, but not during COVID. But I'll be going there too as well. Our friend from high school is up there too as well, so she wants me to eat breakfast at the airport. So we'll see what happens. This COVID thing's destroying all my plans with that stuff. And it's not helping me with the family either, so. If we could just get rid of COVID, which will probably be here forever, we just have to get vaccinated, it'd be wonderful. I get why they don't do text comms, and it's just so much easier and realistic to have a headset, but I get why they offer that option on VATSIM still for those people that might not be having a headset and this and that, or trying it out for the first time, but it is best to have a headset when doing online air traffic control. Make it realistic, you know, and you don't have to use an aviation headset like me. You can go buy a cheap one. Back in the day, you used to get away with the desktop microphone. So, I hope so. I hope summer's what it is. I mean, even if it got just a little bit, like where the virus isn't spreading, it's kind of like held at bay. That would make my decision so much easier on doing things off the airport property wherever I go. So, because again, and I say this every stream, the biggest problem with being a private pilot right now is you can go fly places and it's safe because you're the only one in the plane, and I'm overly safe. I wear a mask even when I'm the only one in the plane. That's what we're supposed to do according to the flight school. And less people, I get dinged on that all the time on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube. Why are you wearing a mask? It's you in the plane alone. But I have to take every precaution because again, I have a family, and I'm teaching remotely for school, so it wouldn't really look right if I'm not taking every precaution to not get it, seeing that that's the whole reason why I'm teaching remotely. But anyways, the biggest problem is that you can't really go anywhere. Look, I have an e-bike ready to go in the back, 172. I've even fit in the back of the 152, very tightly, mind you. But it'd be nice to go places, get lunches, and do this and that. So, again, I've been watching Adam the Woo on YouTube, and that man amazes me. Like, to do that on a lesser level, flying to destinations and visiting places and videotaping it and sharing it, I think that would be really cool, but you can't do a lot of that. Left downwind into Alton Bay. Yep, the ADF is useless. It doesn't really work. If you have the mod I have, I think it does work. So, I mean, I don't even know what I could test it on. Actually, they have BLNAP 328. Let's see if I can get that going here. Whoa. I didn't know it goes into double digits because I never used an ADF. They're actually, like, closing down all the NDBs. So, you know, we don't use that a lot in real life. And then, where is it? That'd be over here. This one right here. So. No, it's tell me where it is. So what am I aiming here? I'm like due north, so yeah. So I have to turn left. If I turn it off, does it like? Oh, so I can't tell you if it works or not. It might be working. The JP something mod. The C152X is kind of old now, so. All right. Yeah, I forget what it's called. I can probably find it for you. JP Logistics. That's what it is. I'll share this link with you so you can get it up there after. But the biggest problem I've seen is just the cruise is way too fast. It's up there in that yellow. Yep, that's it. All right, so here's the mod I'm using, and they're fixing stuff still. So, all right, let's start a cruising descent. 2,100-ish. Excuse me. And Alton Bay looks to be right there still. Again, we're going to head to the left, stay above these hilly mountain regions, and do that. And the 152X mod was good, but JP Logistics one I think works a little bit better except for cruise. So like I'm at 2100 and it's still saying I'm like near the yellow, even though I'm descending. I'm only at 300 feet per minute. It should be about 500 feet per minute. So that's kind of accurate. You know what I'm saying? We got some winds here too. Oh, now we got the dog on board, everybody. Daisy the Westie, the West Highland Terrier, who's probably going to look for any paper towels to shred in my room. But now she's leaving, knowing that there's no food nor paper towels to shred. For some reason, she likes to grab paper towels when I have lunch up here and shred them. Never really quite understood that, but it is what it is. All right, when we get to 3,000 feet, we will enrich the mixture all the way. And we're looking pretty good here on the setup here. Again, I'm thinking that's Alton Bay out there. What's not realistic is the rest of the pond's not frozen. I mean, the lake is not frozen, but we'll just go with it. So, if it was a very snowy day, and which it is today, just the visibility didn't work in the northern ceilings, then it would be perfect. And they didn't model any people that would be looking at you and gawking at you from the left there. So it's kind of a it's a busy winter on the lake. Usually they warn you about pedestrians and stuff like that. So all right, here we go. You can see how perilous this is. We're at 3,000 feet, enriching the mixture, and the winds are indeed affecting us up here. So, but let's look at the Laconia's weather while we're descending here. 133.525. Hopefully it's working. And we'll hear what they got for winds. Oh, beautiful. All right. Because we want those northerly winds, because they want to let you land to the north here. So they don't let you land south anymore. I guess they did at one point, but just for safety reasons. They don't let you do it. All right. Which fuel we got? Filled it. Oh yeah, 74. So you can make it to and fro. It's probably faster on the way back, by the way, ground speed wise. Ground speed's been pretty crappy. Seeing the winds coming from the north, it makes total sense now. On the way back, it'd probably take about 40 minutes to make it back to Plymouth. Which we might do, by the way. I haven't really put that past me, but I always like to monitor the situation on time, family, and things like that before I say, I'm definitely going to do that. And I haven't given up on flying tonight on Twitch either, so we'll see. Maybe it'll be a dual broadcast day, because it is vacation for me. We go back to teaching on Monday. And do all that stuff. CDL, who ran the Cannonball Run competition that I participated in during my winter vacation, or should I say the holiday winter vacation, he's running another long distance competition in April 3rd, which I think is the Friday, Saturday before Easter Sunday. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, but if I do, I'll be streaming the whole thing there too. He's got like a different theme, and he will be doing the Cannonball Run again, which is a flight from JFK to LAX in a general aviation aircraft non-stop, except for fueling. It took me about 20 hours, like right on the dot, 20 hours to get that done. All right, we're going to stay at 2,000 here, so I'm going to increase my RPMs and trim up slightly. Just to clear it over these mountains. I'm also going to call up a position here for Alton Bay. But there'd be people down there with handhelds helping you get in there. I have no clue. I'd have to look at it. So, I was watching the stream last night. Made them all laugh with my son, who says, thanks to his love of Universe Sandbox, that Uranus is a gas giant. Yeah, kid's almost 8. He's wicked smart. So. That's okay. Hey, just start your descent. You're gonna need that height anyways, because you see these mountains and hills in front of me? You gotta keep above those. So, I would also extend the downwind, seeing that's gonna be a short field landing. So, oh, I'll just do another 360. Go for a 720. It happens. I've done it. Real life, too. Are anyone else's sinuses bugging you? Because, man, mine have been off the charts. Alrighty then, Alton Bay. Here we come. Here we come. Sliding down the ice, not gonna kill myself or the plane tonight. I don't know, I just went with it. But yeah, we have to hug that. And let's get some altitudes here. Oh, 2,382 peak. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. Alright, I am going to take myself off cam and also microphone for a second while I blow my nose, so I'll be right back with you. Auto! Take over even though there's no autopilot. I should just say Harrison take over, but we'll let auto fly anyways.
Mayday!
Mayday, what the hell is that?
Mayday? Why, that's the Russian New Year. You know, we'll have a big parade and we'll serve hotter.
Now, good fixins. Was that really warranted? Was it even any problem there? But I would like to thank Otto for controlling the play with Harrison Ford there. I still got some Harrison Ford things. Just haven't had time.
Automatic pilot.
So thank you to Otto, the autopilot.
Automatic pilot. There it is.
There you go. Otto, everybody. Salute you.
I'll go back to the passengers.
Alrighty then. So listen, here's the plan. We're going to go either to the left of this hill or right over it. Go a 45 left downwind into Alton Bay. Again, we're going to be in a short field landing, so we're going to extend the downwind. That's typically what we do to get set up better. Come out over here, then 55 knots, descend down. Riding this throttle the whole time, that's what you do on short field landings. You have to land to the north. That is required, to land to the north. And not only that, my winds at least are saying that the north is favored. So they actually close down the airfield if the winds are favoring the south landing. So don't do that. Land to the north. Let's see if we can get a look at it from here. Kind of. I think there's snow on top of the runway, which is kind of stuck. But the bandstand is right there, so I'm going to say that I have to land right about here, and hopefully I see it as I descend, because I didn't think about that. I didn't think that they would put snow. Everybody, we're getting back on track here. So listen, we're loading up the simulator now. Seeing I have all that scenery in there, let me turn on this radio too. Man, that is loud. My sound is back to normal now, so I'm going to go to my original levels. There you go. That's not bad. And really sorry, I don't know what the heck is up. You can see that I went like to outside views, like the whole stream up to Alton Bay. As soon as I got to Alton Bay, it crashed. But alright, we also might have to do some reconfiguring of windows and stuff here. So we'll see what happens as we keep going on this. I'm going to go to the vertical briefing room screen, and we'll get these all set up again. Today I made it so that this was a little bit longer, like real life. On the tablet there, but there you go. Alright, I also have to start up my mirroring for my tablet, my real world tablet. So let me do that now. And my sound is back to normal, so I'm wondering now as I load up programs, what exactly is it that turns the overall sound down? This AirDroid mirroring app might be the reason why, but we'll see. So, oh, I forgot to All right, give it a second. Oh, cool. All right, good. Yeah, it should be blue. In real life, they actually try to leave a little snow down for traction, but that is the scenery. So. All right. So now my tablet should be almost mirrored while we're waiting for the simulator to still load because it's loading all that wonderful scenery I have installed, which is the only problem with having tons of scenery. Even though I have it, it's the AirDroid app, everybody. It's the sound from the AirDroid app. So, all right. So the AirDroid app is what's turning down the sound. Okie dokie. Well, it is what it is. But at least now I know what the app is that's making that do that. All right. All right. Now, not that one. Here we go. There we go. It's me on my 152 there. That's Cessna 46249er, which is the one that I usually don't use. And that's where I was when the computer just froze up. So close, yet so far away. But all right, we'll keep working on this. I'll try to get that weather just perfect. And go from there. And again, appreciate your patience.
Of the information society? That's a difficult question because I didn't know we were in the information society.
Sorry that we're experiencing technical difficulties. We will be with you in a second. I'm flying still. I don't know what's going on with this simulator, so. Where did Harrison go? I have to make a bigger Harrison to go on this scene here. And also John Travolta. But I gotta get one. See if I can do that now, seeing that we're kind of waiting here. Copy. Alright, let's see if that will actually do it. Well, let's see if we can add Harrison Ford while waiting for the simulator to do that. So, add existing. Harrison Ford. Oh, sweet. How cool is that, huh? Huh? Yeah, Harrison Ford's with me now. That's right. Big time. Harrison Ford, everybody. Harrison Ford. But, just waiting for the simulator to load. We're almost there. You can hear the music. We're almost there. And again, sorry, there's nothing I can do to control this. I wish there was. And I'll try reinstalling drivers after the stream. That's funny, I could fly for hours and have no problem. Then all of a sudden, I stream and stuff and then problems. Yikes. Alright, so. Current conditions. At Alton Bay, in real life, by the way, would be Bravo 18. I always say 18 Bravo, but I don't even think it has it in this program. No, are you kidding me? I guess not. Oh, that's because they don't have a weather station. Yeah, that makes sense. But in Plymouth, overcast at 200, mist, and 3 square miles of visibility. Not too shabby. All right, let's go back to the main screen and set this up. Alton Seaplane Base will also. Whoa. We'll go on the apron parking here. As you can see, good fix into that parking as well. Huh! Then we have to set the weather when we're in the sim, so. Got some good tunes going on right now. So disheartening to fly all that way just to have that happen. All right, Harrison, you ready? We did a pseudo landing. It's called We Thought and Happened, and now we're on the apron as soon as this simulator loads, that is. Again, thank you for sticking around if you did. Really sorry about the simulator. Not much I can do, and really wish there was. So, oh, I gotta load my GPS program too. Just give me a second. There we go. All right, GPS is showing me at Alton Bay. So we should be good to go as soon as the graphics load here. All right, we're good to go. All right. So again, we're gonna touch up the weather a little bit here, but we are parked on the ice here. We're gonna give, let's see, it's about the 74-ish, so we'll leave it somewhat realistic. Typically right around a stall speed, 40 knots or so. So the problem is that in Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's not really emulated that well. In this mod, it is. But let's see if we can get some snow. I'm gonna have to raise the ceilings here a little bit, though. No. Oh, how's that looking? That's actually looking pretty good, except you can't see it unless you're at an angle. So that sucks. No, okay. All right. So how do I change the snow level in this? Coverage 100. I have to go down. No, that's cloud coverage. Where's the snow here? All right, good fixins, help me. That's weird. Hit settings over on the left. Ah, there we go. I think they recommended like 7-ish on the scenery. All right, so that's what we'll do. All right, as far as clouds, I want to make it home if I want to do that. So the bottom should be about 6,000-ish. And that way we're clear to go 4,500. So, all right. Hey, look, it's a rainbow. Beautiful. All right. With that, let's get this thing started here. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of sucks in a way. But the picture on the actual... Ooh, you know what? My webcam just froze up because it's using the other video card. Just give me a second. It's actually using the NVIDIA one. See, what I do is I make the webcam go to the Intel 3D graphics inside, and then everything else is on the 2080. So it just works better that way. But alright, we're good to go. We'll start this up. I'm just going to do this really fast, people. I'm not going to go by checklist or anything. Alright, master on, beacon on, full rich mixture, throttle's light, and here we go. About 1,000. Avionics are going on. And I'm probably just going to stay Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, alright. What are you flying over there? Oh, that wasn't you. And that makes a lot of sense now. But yeah, all the stores and everything are up here. So that's what you're seeing up there. So when you go and visit, you like basically tie down. You don't even really tie down. They just kind of put chalks on there and stuff. And you do your thing. But, alright. Left pattern, we're going to come out of Alton Bay. The bandstand, which is represented by this little shack, 100 feet in front of that is where the runway starts. So we're going to do that. And as soon as we get going here, we're going to have to just keep it going on. So, carpeet's off. Everything's looking good. Trim set for takeoff. That it is. Alright, turn all my lights on, including strobe. Well, yeah. Alright, we'll be good. Alright, no brakes on the ice. Unless you're going really, really slow. And even then, it's like you barely put them on. You just use them the best you can. And here we go. We're also going to set up 10 degrees of flaps for a short field takeoff. That was supposed to be 10 degrees of flaps. Okay, that's good. You just go really slow on the ice. Okay, bandstands over there, so about 100 feet in front of that. A lot of people land on this too short. And we're going to do a break here if I can, not on the snow. Oh, that sucked. Alright, here we go. Run it up. And here we go. I'm going to rotate a 50, climb at 54. You just gotta be really careful on this stuff here. So, but see, it still acts like a regular runway. That's the only thing too. Yep, should probably already lift it there. I'm so distracted right now. Sorry. Short field takeoff, and some people, and like I will in a second, go slightly to the left here to avoid this hill coming out of here. And they say that that's okay. Obviously, it's okay because I don't want you slamming into the ground. But this is why you do a short field takeoff, no matter what, even if you're gonna do what I'm doing right now, because there are probably some daredevils that go right above it. But okay, once we're clear, put those flaps up and keep it going. Alright, flaps up and drop the nose, so we get 67 knots. Here we go. Good. We're going to take a left turn into this little valley right here. It's clear on the left. Here we go. Notice that I'm climbing at 67. Best climb. No matter what, got to get above these hills. This is the sketchy part right here with all these hills. So, pattern altitude again is 1,500. But we're going to go higher than that due to these hills being right here. The runway's right over there. How's the volume mix? Because I want to make sure it's okay and decent. Alright. Rock the wing out here. Looking good. We're going to take a left over here in front of this big mountain. I hate that motion blur. Wish I took that off. But it's okay. Okay, stay about 1,500-ish if we can. I don't even know what the winds are, to be honest with you. CTAF would be 122.8, so that would be authentic. We're a little high, but I don't know. I don't feel bad about that. That's actually pretty good. The winds coming over these hills, though, are what they also say to look out for, especially on your, oh god, what am I saying? Crosswind. So they can get pretty brutal. Oh, halfway up the wing struts, that looks good. Got some rainbows down there. Here's the town of Alton. But you can see that this gets a little hairy unless you know what to look out for. And that's why I did that FAA thing. Okay, stay at about 1,500. Alright, we'll see you later, Broccoli. Thank you for trying to stick with me. I wish I could have given you a landing. I'm sorry, sir. We're going to extend the downwind here past the ponds. And then come right in here. So. Just while on vacation, yeah, I wouldn't be able to do this. Because as soon as I get out of work, I got to go pick up the kids and stuff. So, so just today. Because I wanted to get it done. But I'm going to see about streaming tonight, too. Because I spent a lot of time with the family. And I want to spend a little time for myself, if you know what I mean. Not that I don't love them. Okay, we're going to turn base here. We're also going to carb heat this and go 1,700. So in the summers, too, I should be able to do some afternoon streams and stuff. But we're not going to worry about that till we get there. Okay, we're almost on base. It's runway 1, so this should be parallel, 1,500. Good. Another 10 degrees of flaps. Which I should have waited until we were in the white arc, by the way, but it's cool. Now we're going to turn final. We extend the downwind, by the way, so that way we make sure that we're at 55 knots approach speed as we do a short field landing. We will be using no brakes, Harrison Ford. Don't you dare put your feet on those rudders. We're using no brakes on our landing at Alton Bay right now. So, but see, by extending the run, extending the downwind, now I have time to get back on track here and everything, which is good. And here we go. Kind of hard to see that still. Yeah. Typical Microsoft Flight Simulator fashion, we went a little too far on that. And we're at slow. We're at slow speed handling right now. In real life, the controls aren't gonna, they're gonna act like squishy and stuff. Even at 55, they're gonna be squishier than usual. So the simulator kinda portrays that, but not all the way. But we want to be around 55 knots, full flaps, and we want to get down as low as we can without having big terrain problems to land right on that runway past the bandstand that would be on the left. We want to be low and try to hit that as soon as we can, so we have maximum area to brake on. But here we go. And in real life, you'd be riding this throttle up and down to stay at 55. See, we're coming in really low. And here we go, everybody. Shh. Sterile cockpit. Sterile cockpit. They say 54, I say 55. It's about the same. So right down, even lower. Even lower. Bringing back that throttle, but making my descent keep that 55. So, okay, I think we look good. We're almost there. Aerodynamic braking, we're just holding back the yoke. Very light touches on the rudder, no brakes. And real life, we'd have to taxi back on the runway. But that's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. And your rudders would be slipping and sliding. They haven't built a taxiway this year, as of now. So, we're going to get up on the next one. And I would go for the next one, by the way. I wouldn't try to turn tight into that other one. And we just keep it rolling. And that's how you land here. Should have also put the flaps up and carpet off as soon as I got down there for maximum breakage. But it worked just fine. We will walk away from this one. And Harrison Ford, nothing but smiles over here. Whoa, boy. Whoa, boy. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. There we go. If you're going to do a run-up, by the way, on the taxiway, you just kind of do it going at the same time, so really quick. And that's how you do it. But, so it'd be like 1700. Check the magnetos really fast, right? Good, back to both. Left, back to both. Carpet off, make sure it goes down. Everything looks good. Carpet idle. And you'd be looking for traffic in front of you. Carpet off. Back to 1,000. And probably just keep it down there so that way you're gliding. And again, maximum aerodynamic braking is not a problem. We're going to go for another one. We're going to go for another takeoff and landing here. So with that, then, 10 degrees flaps. We'll get it ready to go here. This would probably have to be on your transponder, right? And again, there'd be snow traction on the runway, so it wouldn't be bad. But you do have to get past the... Whoa. Just happened there. Whoa. Whoa! You can see that could be very tricky. So, okay. The threshold is right past that little bandstand. Okay. So some people kind of just slide into here and then just let it go. Again, rotate at 55, climb at 54. Let's do another pattern. Here we go. Rotate, climb at 54, right rudder, because that's going to be very pronounced at high angle attack here. I'm going to veer to the left just a little bit to get over this hill and have a little security. They say that if you have a problem with your engine on takeoff here, your best bet's are going to probably be landing on the ice, by the way. So that's another thing that you want to know. Before you take off, know where you're going to go in case there's a problem. All right. One more landing to go. Clear here. We are Okay, flaps up. 67 knots. Best climb. A little less right rudder. Looking pretty good. That little valley right there. That's what we're aiming for. Okay. Clear on the left. Let's turn crosswind. About 1500-ish. Now I can trust myself to go downwind. Okay, a tight downwind. Here we go. He's back on the throttle a little bit. 2400 RPM. Looking pretty good. The sun is kind of blinding, huh? Alrighty then. But this will be good practice to know what hills are where, to know exactly what to expect when you get there. I think that the simulator does a nice job on that. Okay, it's a little bit more on the downwind here. Looking pretty good. We'll extend it one more time and beam the what would be numbers of the threshold. Gonna go to carbide on, 1700 RPMs. Wait till I get to the white arc, which I didn't do last time, and then give it 10 degrees of flaps. 10 degrees, and angle down. Again, Alton, the town of Alton, is kind of where you want to turn final, but I like to extend it because I want to have a good setup here, so I'm going to go all the way out here to these lakes. So. Alright, pretty good. Let's turn base. Going a little slow there. Runway 1, which means it should be right about there. 1500. Another 10 degrees of flaps. And turning final.
Coming in too hot.
Oh God. No, nothing like pressure, you know. I am dipping the left wing, by the way. Alright, full flaps. Gotta get down to 55 knots. 54, 55. Looking pretty good on the setup here. Oh boy, I made that way too long. Alright, 50 knots is not what we want here. But this is why we practice slow flight as part of the private pilot, by the way, because you're riding this throttle literally all the way down to the runway. That is a long one, yeah, but I had to get the whole effect in there. Alright, we do feel some wind from our left here, so we'll have to watch that. And again, we're going to get right down here. Oh, God. Is that Harrison or you? Actually, both. Here we go. Alright, again, we're getting down low here to touch down as close to the beginning of the runway as we can. I don't know if I made... Oh, I mean, I made it on the ground, but I'm just saying I didn't flare enough. Okay, let's do like real life. Let's back taxi, because that's what you would have to do. So aerodynamic braking, flaps up, carpet off. And as soon as we're slow enough, we're going to do a little turn to the left here. Yeah, I don't know if this runway is wide enough to do that. The real world got 125 feet, which... I don't know, man. I seem to be slipping a lot. I don't know if this is modeled like real life, but we're just gonna go with it anyways. The snow would slow me down anyways, right? There might be spectators over here, but you know. All right, we're gonna go for one more landing and takeoff, and then we're gonna call it a day. Actually, after this, we're not gonna fly back to Plymouth. It's just the real world weather is not gonna be conducive to that. There's not much to look forward to. This was the big thing to look forward to. So, all right, turn around. That is true, but they do have a little bit of snow on the runway in real life. It's not just totally ice. But I've got like the breakdown all the way and everything with minimal throttle, and I still can't like turn a. Maybe I can, just really barely on 180. All right, 10 degrees of flaps. The real world, we'd put the brakes down, but that's not going to happen. How far am I away from the bandstand? No, I'm not even on the runway yet, so. But. Okay, keep this going a little bit. Oh, God, here we go. All right, 100 feet past that. This is about the beginning of the runway. Full throttle. Rotate at 50, climb at 54. 55, 54. You're probably going to get your best direction. I should have rotated earlier than that. That was good. Oh my God. You distracted me with that snow. Head to the left just a little bit to avoid this hill. But what was I going to say? With it being ice, you're probably going to get the best directional control at slow speeds and right at the beginning of the takeoff roll. So other than that, you kind of just have to hope everything's going well. That was a good short field takeoff. You know, if I just rotate at the right time. Alright, we're going to go through this valley again. Last landing for the day. So, Mesnak, thank you for subscribing one more time again. Resubscribing. I thought you subscribed before. I'm pretty sure you have. But thank you, man. Heck flap. And we are clear, so flaps 0. And we'll keep climbing at around 67. And go through this valley here. Clear on the left. Here we go. Hello, Mesnak. How's it going, bud? Alrighty then. Really wish it was totally snow here, but you know, you can only do so much. Alrighty then. Okay, now we'll turn downwind, and we're still climbing to 1500. This is not real world weather. We just wanted some snow so the ice runway looked like it was, you know, an ice runway. My computer crashed. I had it perfectly set up with some snow all over the ground and everything, but then my computer crashed, and you know how that goes. So, all right, we're about 1500, right where we should be. We're downwind. I might do one more landing after this. This is fun. This is good practice too. So. Okay, beam. So carb heat, 1700. Wait till it gets in the white arc, so we just hold it off until it gets in the white arc. And 10 degrees of flaps. Angle down. Again, the town of Alton. I like going out to the ponds here though, again for the setup. So probably we'll have to hug it in there a little bit better though. So we're gonna try that. So we'll try to keep it straighter out here. Looks like we're good anyways. And we'll try to go final over the ponds. So that is one thing I can get better at. Alright, clear on the left base. Should be about 80, 75, that's pretty good. Okay, come on, rotate faster than that. Won't be as much correction here. 1500, 10 degrees of flaps. Should be about 70. That's why I lowered the nose and straight on the final. That was all by feel. Look at that. Almost 1500 on the dot. How's that? Well, we're a little slow. you know, it's this hill. It bugs me. Anyways, final thing of flaps. Reduce the throttle to be at 55 for a short field landing. And also get our altitude down so we get right at that threshold. Yep, pull back on that throttle. Oh really? Because like I have that mod, and that mod, I mean, it seems to be pretty good. I gotta be honest with you. So I think that you should get that mod, because the mod seems to be just fine on that. The only thing I saw wrong on the mod big time is the cruise being near yellow all the time. A little bit more throttle. Gotta ride this throttle to stay around 55, 54. Could be a little bit lower. Keep it straight. Typically in real life we want to land at about 60 knots. I have the throttle out right now. Yeah, well, it's not. You can see that's not bad. I was going a little fast on the throttle there, but we're gonna back tax like I would have to do in real life again. Let's see if we can bang that UE here. And I'm not using any brakes. I'm trying to be very realistic with that at least. Okay, so go right to the edge here, and then we'll bust the UE. Here we go. Yeah, it's just not enough there. That maybe he does have it modeled for ice, but you just can't bust the UE. And again, in real life, it's 125 feet wide, so yeah. Well, like I said, these people that do the mods, they're lifesavers in a way, certain ways with all this stuff. All right, we're gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna call it a day on stream. But I think in real life I could handle this. Again, just getting down where the hills are and stuff, and keeping that short field landing on there would be good. I'm also have to figure out that mirroring service for my tablet and see if it can not lower the volume. So I have to work on that too. I'll bust a UE here. And again, you'd be slipping and sliding unless you're at a slow speed here. So that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know how realistic this would be for dynamics on the ice here. Oh, that one I made. Alright, I'm gonna be at the threshold here. 10 degrees flaps. We're gonna do a short field takeoff. Verifying that there. 10. Oh, carb heat off. Good thing I looked, huh? And the flap switch didn't work there. Okay. Those flaps went up right away. Alright, here we go. No brakes. We're just gonna go for it. Rotate at 50, and I will this time. And climb at 54, 55. I mean, the good news is with no brake landings, I'm not hitting anywhere close to the end of the runway. So that is also another thing. Because they say that you should practice by going on a flat runway and seeing if taking your, with no brakes, land the plane, use aerodynamic braking, and then double that by 2, and it tells you if you're safe enough to land on the runway, which I think is 2,600 feet long. Okay, going slightly to the left to avoid this hill in front of us. And climbing at about 55, 54. And that's very important to know how to do a short field takeoff. You're not going to get out of here without a short field takeoff. So, okay, we're clear. Flaps up. I'm going to climb at 67. I'm going to go right in this valley here. That's my little trick there. And again, by doing this on the simulator, I know people like poo-poo on sims for Real World Aviation, but I get to see where I plan my visuals on like crosswind and stuff, so I think it's fantastic. Not always the most lifelike, but again, that JP Logistics, type that in with C152, and you'll see the mod that I'm using here today. All right, let's turn crosswind. About 1,500 feet. That's where we want to be. Okay, good. Gonna turn downwind over here. Try to keep it around 1,500. And downwind. Good, Mazdak. I really do appreciate you subscribing again, man. That's awesome. Thank you. All right, now we are downwind for runway 1. You can only land north on this runway. They do not allow south landings. I think they did at one point, but they did without that because of hazards and accidents they had in the past. So, but the wind over these hills would be brutal in real life. That's what they're saying. If it came from the west or northwest. So something else to take into account here. Alright, a little bit high, we'll trim down. Also, I didn't pull it back to 2400, so that might make a difference. There we go. Alright, see how that's way too fast? That's what I'm talking about. So the cruise on this is way too fast. Okay, carb heat, 1700. But as far as the descent here, this works pretty good. You know, I'm going to hold it off now to get to the white art. So it's doing that pretty good at 1700. It's just that cruise. Okay, 10 degrees of flaps, angle down. Should be about 80, 75, 80 knots. Again, I'm going to try to cross over these ponds and then directly down through them. So, left base. See what I'm saying? The speed's fine. It's about 300, 500, yeah. About 500 should be more closer to 80. So he did a good job modeling that, just to cruise. Harrison Ford, speechless once again. Okay, back to 1500, then the 10 degrees. Should be about 70. Turning final. And after this, we're just going to pull it to the apron and park. Oh boy. Alright, full flaps, setting it up to a short field. We're going to be down to 55 knots. So we're going to let the throttle back a little bit. This is probably the best landing and takeoff I had, best circuit. So, alright, got to get this altitude down. So I can't go with my, but I like to be higher than usual. Like this one, you want to get down there to be at the threshold. Closest you can to this right here when you touch down. So you have maximum runway length to land at. So I think I could do this in real life, though. I think still gotta be very cautious, but I think we could do this. In this 55, the controls would be very well sluggish. They'd be sluggish, not very sluggish, but you have to anticipate a little bit more. So. Alrighty then. Throttle is going out. Try to use our descent to keep the speed up. We're still good. Doesn't stall for a while. Yeah, a little float. 2-year-old on board. There we go. No brakes. Hi, Maddie. What's up? No, because I'm going to end it after this, okay? So, I think I'm going downstairs after this, okay? Alright, to the right. Yeah. Alright, let's bust a Yui here. You did, Real Millhouse. You want me to do one more? I could do one more. I'll do one more for Real Millhouse. So make it happen. But we just landed at Alton Bay for like the 4th time. I'm going to do one more, Maddie, okay? No, I can't make... Well, I can... You're behind Harrison Ford. There's not much I can do. But this is not doing well on the 180 turn here. But I'll do one more for you. So... She better not pull the plug. Don't even say that. Good fix it. Why do you have to? Why you know? Why do you have to do that? All right, let me get Harrison Ford out of the way because she really wants to be seen on camera for a second. There you go, Maddie. Say hi.
Oh, drat these computers. They're so
Oh,
naughty
God.
and so complex. I could pinch them.
There's also this one as well. Oh, man. High-facing child. That's awesome. All right, Harrison Ford, going back. He grew a hand out of his head. Oh, boy. No glitching. You're funny. Don't touch anything. All right, we'll turn this thing around. We got to do a short field takeoff. So, here we go. Millhouse, this is for you. Let's do a 180 here. I've had the throttle off for a while now, and it's still sliding. So maybe we did make it truly icy as much as Microsoft Flight Simulator could do. 10 degrees flaps. Okay, 10 degrees flaps. No carb heat. And that is the bandstand. So we have to, the runway starts right about here. So we'll just keep it rolling, and then we're going to go full throttle when we get there. Rotate at 50, climb at 54, 55-ish. Here we go. Don't mind the screaming child in the background. Hi, thank you. That was nice of you. Okay, I gotta pay attention though, okay? Rotate. Climb at 55. And we're gonna head slightly to the left again, once again, to not slam into this hill that's in front of us. Alrighty then. I'm gonna wait till we're clear, and then we're gonna take the flaps up, retract the flaps, and then climb at 67. And we're aiming for this valley right here for our crosswind. Alright, I think we're clear. Flaps up. Speed at 67. Climbing at 67. Get this little valley at crosswind. Hi, can you sit, please? Thank you. Something like a distraction. This is good practice. She's still waving. She just can't be seen. Alright, taking a left turn, clear on the left. Turning crosswind. Climbing to 1,500 feet. Last landing of the afternoon. Boy, but this has been good practice, so thank you. So, alright, Mesnak. Enjoy work. I'm on vacation, so I can't say I'm enjoying work. But thank you for coming in today and subscribing. Thank you so much, sir. 1,500. Don't touch anything. Okay, Maddie, I'm serious. I will have to kick you out of here. Turning downwind. Cut back to 2,400 RPMs or so. That's good. Last one. Then I'm going downstairs. Soon, after I land. And I say thank you to all the wonderful people out there. This is the ice runway. Yep, someone made it as a freeware scenery, so I was like, dude, I have to try this today. And I was supposed to fly in the 152 for real today, but the weather up here in New England in the Northeast is terrible. So it's like overcast 300 feet, and visibility is like terrible. Okay, we're set up on a good downwind. We're a little high by 100 feet, so we'll just ease up on the yoke a little bit. Maybe kick back the RPMs just a little bit too. And once we're across the threshold, we'll kick the carb heat on. Right about there, in 1,700 RPMs. And just level it out until it gets to the white arc before we put flaps in. Okay, 10 degrees of flaps, angle down slightly. Well, she's trying her best to distract me. Little does she know, I have noise canceling headset on, so. Yeah. Oh, you know, maybe we should go up together sometime, Real Millhouse. We'll do it together. Make you feel pretty good about things. So. All right, we're descending about 500 feet per minute, about 80 to 75, looking good. Ponds are where I want to get in the middle of, so turn base. Then we'll take it down to 1500. I'm pulling back on the yoke too much, that's why it's down to 75. Should be descending still. It's runway 1, so right about there, 1500. Maddie, if you can't control yourself, you're going to go downstairs. Another 10 degrees of flaps. I'm going to turn final. Keep that nose pointing down a little bit so we get some speed here. And if not, we increase the RPMs. Maddie, it's a little much, dear. Okay, now that we're kind of heading towards the runway full flaps, then we're going to get down to 55 knots. So that way you can set up. And that's why you extend the downwind, everybody. So that way you can set up your short fill takeoff. Always extend the downwind. Oh yeah, well, I trained one of the Virtue USA members that was very skittish about VAT Sim at Plymouth, where I fly out of in real life. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Nick Gresla is back, everybody. Okay, 54, 55 knots. We're just gonna ride this throttle in. We don't even really worry about the RPMs. We just make sure that the airspeed's where it's supposed to be at, and the altitude is there. But you keep your hand on the throttle and adjust it as needed. Okay, I'm pulling it out now, seeing that we're almost at 60. There we go. Kick it back in. Really dependent on riding over there. Yeah, good fixins. I meant to do that the other day. It's tough with the kids and stuff and vacation, spending time. But this was supposed to be my day. And as you can see, it was a little hectic there too. Throttle out. Let the descent control. The airspeed hopefully down. And here's how we do it. Flaring. Just slightly. Oh, you know how it goes. Did everyone hear that? I glided the wheels there. Alright, good. No brakes on the landing. Carpet off, flaps up, maximum braking. Looking good. And this time I'll use the taxiway, but I'm going to go all the way to the end, so. Yep. Yep. Well, the Avera app I use only has the sectionals for the US, so. I tried. Thank you, Real Millhouse. I tried. Let's hope I can do a turn into this icy taxiway that isn't there in real life right now. They said they might build it out still, but right now they're making you do like a 180. I guess you have to anticipate the turn here because Jesus, it's just not. It's slipping. Oh, that wasn't terrible. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I just wouldn't have the patience to do air traffic control. I got to be honest with you guys. Just me. Excuse me. All congested here. Excuse my coughing. Well, that's it. We did that about 4 or 5 times. But you could also just meet up with me or someone knows what they're doing at a non-towered airport and just treat it like it's towered. You know what I mean? Start with that. And then from there, go take a flight together and show you about flight following and stuff like that. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you get, you know? All right, Harrison Ford's had enough. He's getting out of the plane while it's moving. Ah! Oh, God.
I got a bad feeling about this.
He had a bad feeling, so he bailed out. Okay, a little too fast in the ice here. Small little turns with the rudder. Because you'll get some of the wind that'll help you turn in the right direction, but it won't be like on concrete, obviously. We'll go park over here. Please just slow down. Please slow down. Ah! I guess you could use minimal brakes as you get to the apron. But yeah, and then they'd have people that would help you push the place. They say bring a tow bar, and they have volunteers during the weekends at least to help you park the plane. So we started here, so that's what we'll do. It is a little slippery though, so I'm wondering if they actually, no taxiways to land on. Nope. I wonder if they did put like the command or programming, if you will, to make the ice slippery. Because it sure feels that way when I do 180 turns. But alright, let's shut this thing down. I'll get my checklist on here. And where is that? Oh, that's at the upper part now because I put it there. At least I thought I did. Man. There it is. Alright. Is that even on? No, it's not because I put it there. Now it is. Alright, real world 152 checklist here. It's the one I use in the real world. Alright. Flaps up, carpet off, strobes off. I'm probably blinding some poor people right now. Lights as required. I'm going to leave it where it is. Veto heat, trim set for takeoff. Very good. ELT verify silent. We were monitoring 121.5, but we'll just pretend that it is. Avionics off. You know, on the 152, you kind of have to do this manually. They don't have a master avionics switch, including the transponder. All right, mixture full lean. Mags off. Master off. Hey, look. Yeah, too bad my computer like basically died before, but I appreciate everyone that stuck around, by the way. And then beacon off. Let's take a look outside. This is where my computer crashed last time. Good, and we'll push it back. Shift P. We'll see what happens here. I do not know how to make it turn on a pushback, by the way. So, but anyways, they would rotate it, and I'll get close to this plane. It is a low wing, actually, so it is kind of like realistic, seeing that in real world, they make the wings go that close, and sometimes they make the wing go over the other wing for maximum parkage. Parking brake makes no sense here, so what you would do is you'd get some chalks and chalk it down. So there you go. And that's it. We are here at Alton Bay with a nice little rainbow. Where's the leprechaun to kill? Alright, basically things to do here in a non-COVID world, unless you're gonna brave it, which is fine. Is that you go up this road and there's a bunch of restaurants. There's a cigar bar up here. There's they would have chips, little poker chips that said that you land at Alton Bay, which they would usually hand off to you, but this year that's been canceled. And yeah, you don't want to stand that ice forever. You'd also want to put some type of blanket, keep the engine warm. Yeah, so that's why even if I went there this year, I don't know. I mean, you could get a certificate through the mail saying you land there, but like, you know, you do it, you want all the recognition, you know. And then that's pretty much it, you know. You can go over here, people will be waiting for you over here. If you're there during the week though, they say that there's not anyone attending it, but you want to listen to NOTAMs to tell you if it's doable or not, you know what I mean. But they do close it down if it favors the southern runway and stuff like that. So and I mean, I'll be honest with you, Alton Bay, you could have someone just on the ground here observing, and even though it's not controlled, they kind of like lead people through, like tell you when to take off, because there's only this little short throat, if you will, before the runway, which is right here. But you can see that there are many hazards. You have to think about this hill, the mountains on the side here, so keeping that pattern tight. And now that I've done it in the sim, again, I have some visuals. I know to go slightly left, which I saw in the FAA video. It is what it is. That's gonna be a catchphrase, isn't it? I don't know. Is that a good catchphrase? I don't know. But little valley there. Turn on to downwind there. So looks pretty good. No, in no way would I park there overnight. That's just me. Definitely, I maybe park it and did all that. Yeah, I don't think they'd do that. It is a seaplane base when it's not frozen over. But from Alton Bay, that's what it is. The only thing is that it'd probably have snow all over the ground, so it'd look more like. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Let's get some snow. I want some snow. All right, coverage. There we go. All right, now settings. And this might not be good. Oh, you know, it's not. No. So. Good enough. We'll leave it where it is. But man, that's pretty nice graphics. The scenery, you know, it'd be nice if they could model like the real bandstand stuff. But for someone to put together, just be able to have it, they did pretty good. So anyways, thank you so much for your patience today. Look, it's icing up. Isn't that wonderful? And put a control tower in. Yeah. All right. I want to thank everyone for trying to stick with the broadcast today. I know it was tough, especially when I looked out right before I got to Alton Bay from Plymouth, and then the computers froze. So I will be reinstalling drivers right after this, believe it or not. Probably going downstairs first, though, because Maddie wanted me to go downstairs, and we'll go from there. So I doubt it would ice up this quick, by the way. That must be from the weather change that I did. And, oh, Bob Ross. Look at that. Yeah. Kind of like the Bob Ross ones. All right. Thank you to Mesnack42 for subscribing. Thank you to Good Fixins, as always. Nick Bresla, The Real Millhouse. Let's see who else. Broccoli the Great, who had to leave earlier, for all coming to the stream today. Really appreciate it. And anyone that has not chatted, thank you too for tuning in. Remember to push that follow button on Twitch. I hope to maybe do a flight tonight, or if not, we're going to do a flight tomorrow, because I want to maximize vacation time here. Don't know where that would be to and from yet. We might do Laconia, which is slightly north of this. Rob Valkyrie coming on the stream. Rob. So, but we're going to sign off here. We already did a bunch of links here at Alton Bay, and I guess I'm failing. Oh, you've been lurking. I have to get a lurking sub. Kool-Aid Jammer 7, thank you for coming out. And other than that, we're gonna... It's okay. Hey, lurking is allowed. There's nothing wrong with lurking. So, but, well, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to tune tonight, honestly, yet. But I wanted to get this out of the way and do the Alton Bay. When I saw the scenery, I was like, I gotta do this. Because I would have tried this in real life today. And maybe, perhaps, if the 152 was cooperating with the weather. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming out today. If you haven't already, push that follow button. And if you haven't, subscribe and like on my YouTube channel, Eric Flight. We're actually growing there. I'm almost at 400. So if I get to 1,000, I can start monetizing. And then Rob, we can make a little bit more cha-ching. And maybe I could fly the 172 out to Ohio sometime. But if not, I'll keep you clued into the possible flight out to Mike in New York. So, but I haven't forgotten about you. Just to let you know. And with that, I'm just going to say thank you, everybody, and we'll see you later. Have a great day. And hopefully I pushed the right button here. We'll see you. Bye.